Yeah,
I know. I know it got
but
disconnected.
yeah, but that's how life is. The day
Yeah,
is
that's what is life now. True. Okay, so we were on the causes of infertility in women.
right. So normally when the couple comes to me, we investigate and find out what is the cause. We take a history. We do is the guy is investigated first, collect his sample, and we'll come to know whether the sample has a problem or not. So find male cause of infertility. Just do the semen testing. But the lady is more complex individual.
Yeah,
As we
yeah, yeah, yeah. Ladies,
women,
obviously. Everything I have to do is done by a female only, whatever it is.
but man in this particular thing, man is easy to find out. So we always investigate the husband first. Many times I get couples where the husband is not at all investigated. Someone has taken treatment for 3-4 years. Then when the test of the guy that he,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
old like 20, 30 years back, I get practice. I had this guy who came to me. He married second time, and
Okay,
he was a problem. He had no sperm.
okay. So we have seen all this in movies, not reality. Actually, truly.
Right. So the
Okay.
that's the whole issue. So in the women, of course, we do the hormone test nowadays. We do prolactin. There's a very important test nowadays. It is called anti-molecular hormone (MH).
Okay.
Very important because it gives you the ovarian reserve. And so in the normal, the range is 2 to 2.5 nanograms per ml. If it is less than 1.5, and if it is in US, a lot of patients in my north, Delhi, and all these people, they have a lot of PCOS, polycystic ovarian,
Yeah,
syndrome.
yeah, yeah.
And in them the AMH is quite high, more than 4 AMH. We know pakka that there is a polycystic.
Acha. So now there's a more science has actually come up, so there are a lot of clarity now.
So it's very easy now. You just do a scan, you see a multiple follicles, and
Okay, that way.
PCOS can easily
Okay,
become when
okay.
problem is more the patient who have a low AMH, less than 1.5. And so this is big. Coming back to investigation, so the hormone test, and
Okay.
then we the ultrasound of the. Nowadays we do a 3D ultrasound.
But this test is only for females. Matlab, is infertility is only in females or male?
No, no,
No.
no, no. For it in male we do the semen test. The semen is
Okay.
so that it's a male factor, and in 30 to 40% it's a male who is having a. So if
Okay. Okay.
bad, we will treat. We'll find what is the cause. Give them medicine. And we have to do surgery. And with that, they
Understood.
counts improve and they become pregnant. But if the semen test come normal, then we look at the woman. So we try to do the
Acha. Okay.
AMH, prolactin, thyroid level. Thyroid also can cause infertility. Hypothyroid. So a T
Okay.
more than 2.5. Normal 5 is cut off in non-pregnant. But
So these are the factors which are related to this.
so and then we
Okay.
look at the plumbing also. The uterus,
Okay.
whether they are not. So for that, we either now
Understood.
a 3D ultrasound nowadays, a three-dimensional,
Okay.
the
So,
advanced.
there is a myth, I should say, or I have a question in mind. If I had a baby once, can I be infertile now or no? If I am already, I had a baby once.
You can have a secondary infertility also. So
Acha, okay.
it may be
So this
difficult
case
to have
is possible.
infertility. Primary infertility, you can never conceived and had a baby. And second,
Correct.
you can conceive but didn't have conceive the second time.
Okay.
A lot
So
of
there are rare cases or they are very common cases nowadays.
yeah. There's a lot of people who come to me for second infertility also.
Okay. So this is actually a
Because
strange thing. I wasn't aware about this.
the delivery, the uterus get damaged. After an abortion,
Okay.
they have their first kid, then they go for an abortion. The tube may get blocked. Many of
Acha.
them have the first, then they don't have the second kid. Then they come at 39 years of age, the first kid wants the sibling. Then they come, then it's, as the age advances, the
Yeah.
fertility increases.
The chances of getting this
Then
okay, decreases.
easily. Then they say, "Oh, doctor, now I want another kid.
Yeah, yeah.
My child is wants a-"
Okay.
So
So
so that
now, doctor, is this fertility problem is very common, I think.
it's
You must
10% women in our country are much. So the
yeah.
population all the time growing, the population. So the infertility incidence is growing. So the absolute
Correct.
number is growing. But when I started infertility practice in 1990, I was 7 in India to start IVF center. Now we are 3,000 IVF centers. So as the population has grown, so has the
The
doctors the specialty practice of IVF.
okay. And does there an age effect on fertility? Is there any particular age the
No,
couples come to you?
sometimes I advise my patients and that you should get pregnant before the age of 35. After the age of 30, the children go up. The becomes more and more difficult to have children. Even with IVF, the pregnancy rate before 35 is around 40-50%. After the age of 35, pregnancy starts. By 37, the pregnancy
Correct.
30%. By 39, it is 15%. By 41, it is only 5%. By 43, it is 5%. So as the age advances, of eggs go down.
Acha. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you must have the child parallel with your.
But like I am a mother of two, so I wanted to know one thing. Is it, can I do something which can prevent fertility or something? Infertility, sunke, that word is a negative word, whatever it is. But
Right.
then can you prevent infertility or it's by, it's
No,
an
no.
individual's body?
So when you get married, you must first of all plan a child. Now government of India का वैसे भी slogan है कि पहला बच्चा 2 बरस के पहले नहीं शादी के बाद 2 बरस के बाद पहला and then second after 2 spacing
Correct.
करके. But what
Correct.
all married couples should do a simple test. A guy should do a semen test and a woman should do a AMH and a ultrasound. If they,
Okay.
then you can postpone having kids by 2-3 years.
Okay. Okay.
Abnormal. Suppose the count is very low or AMH is very low, go straight for the treatment because then
Uh,
it start treating. If you are okay, then so I feel there should be screening. Everyone should do. Even I.
Okay, so we aren't aware about this basically. People don't go for tests easily because they are not aware about it because there is so many things which have come up.
Right. And the second thing I would like to emphasize here is in prevention is of course prevention is from you must practice safe sex. So, because the society become more open
Correct.
nowadays. After the age of 18, once you are adults, you may have marital sex. A lot of people are single. So you must use a protection barrier like condom because infection can cause
Correct.
blocking. So safe sex is very important, not only from point of view, but from HIV point of view also.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
very important. You must avoid unwanted pregnancy. If suppose you have sex and you become pregnant, even after marriage, you
And
become
then
pregnant.
people at home start taking that pills also without taking, any advice from the doctor. So that should not be done.
Right. So unwanted
Yeah,
pregnancy with an abortion can cause a blockage of tubes also. So
correct.
safe sex, unwanted pregnancy, assess your fertility. Suppose your
Correct.
fertility, then you can freeze. Suppose husband's count is 3 million, normal is 10 million, 15 million plus.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Is your sample for the future. Or if your AMH is low, woman AMH is 1 point. Hello.
About these people who are facing the problem, they know about IVF, but I think a lot of people think ki, IVF is just a solution. If you're not having a baby, go for IVF. So,
Right.
what is your perspective on it?
For IVF, I would like to complete that if suppose, a lot of the girls are now not getting married. So even if
Yeah,
they get have kids after age of 35. But then what happens? The fertility starts falling down, and even the IVF results go down. So you must freeze your eggs before. So I have a lot of patients, a lot of professionals. They come to me and freeze their eggs before 35. So suppose you are 30, and before
Yeah.
30 you want to freeze your eggs, I'll say, okay, do an AMH. Normal don't no need to freeze. But I've seen that in recent times, a lot of women have started having decrease in their ovarian reserve. The AMH levels are, in normal. Just now, there's a big actress which come to me. She's around
Okay.
36 and point 0.3. I was shocked. So what I'm trying to say is that she was also shocked. So like I wish. So
So
what
this
I'm trying
is,
to tell you is
just
that
tell me one thing. I would ask you one thing. Is it safe? मतलब है तो it is a medical treatment only. Freezing eggs is
yeah, but
also
it's very safe. And so I personally feel, because what has happened nowadays, if you have a child, say at the age of
yeah,
32, and
yeah,
professionally you're in, let's say in a now IT industry, you are now 32, you are very dynamic, and there's another man who is competing with you for the same post. Suddenly you
correct.
become, then you go back by 2 years.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they are saying, no, I will freeze my ex, I will postpone my
Okay.
achieve my goal, and then I will use my frozen eggs to become pregnant. In fact, a lot of IT industry now, like Facebook and all, they give compensation. They give money for freezing eggs. They feel
Correct.
they are at a disadvantage. So
Okay.
the man's word. So a woman, because she wants to become pregnant, she will get set back. So you can give her this option of freezing the eggs, so she can have. So I feel that it's not necessary.
So basically now a female have that power to professionally grow as well.
Right.
So that's
So,
not the thing कि अगर मैं pregnant हो जाऊंगी तो मैं ये नहीं कर सकती वो नहीं कर सकती. So there's an option.
right.
So,
So
okay, I have one personal question. If I have one child and then I take a break for 2, 3 years and then I plan that I should freeze my eggs. So, even after first baby, a female can freeze her eggs.
yeah, anytime you can freeze your eggs. But in fact, a lot of people, they after the first child, I've had a couple. She's also an actress, and she asked me to freeze my. Can I freeze my embryo? She's married.
अच्छा.
You are married, but आजकल के जमाने में तुम लोग का कुछ भरोसा नहीं है, तो better to
हाँ.
freeze rather than embryo. Because if you freeze your embryo, you are committed to the man. You know.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, that way.
So suppose
Okay.
sometimes we have where they are married, they freeze their embryos, they are doing IVF.
Okay.
Then after 5 years, when they are divorced now, so they are fighting for the embryo.
Okay. Acha, all these
They
things.
want with that embryo. He'll say, but I don't want the child. So these are
Correct.
all that can happen in the future. So, but
Correct.
this is the lifestyle. See, our India is very advanced. I always feel that we are more advanced than even America. We are quite
Ach-
attitude. The social thought process of Indians is very.
Correct.
I am of the opinion, and it's a matter of fact also. So they will not get scandalized by all these things. They are doctors. Okay. They are very finicky about religion, this, that, but they are okay with their lifestyle because they're personal
Correct.
issues. So
Yeah,
coming,
yeah.
so this is as far as egg freezing is concerned, preventing fertility concerned, etc. Now let us come to actual treatment. So
Yeah.
if the patient is there, come to me, I'll investigate the husband and wife. If everything is normal, then I will. And what is happening is straight away jump to IVF. That is not to be
Okay.
done. First, there is a simple treatment called operation, create few follicles, few eggs. Then after
Okay.
we do is we take the husband sample, wash it, and then put into the uterine cavity. It is intra,
Okay.
and with
Okay.
that, many people achieve pregnancy in 3 to 6 months time. Only
Okay.
people who fail to achieve pregnancy, then for them we do IVF.
Acha, so there is a middle way in between of not getting pregnant and directly going to IVF.
In fact, before that also there is something called planned relation. So people, there's a
Okay.
amount of let's say providers who are getting pregnant without IVF. So they will do your BMI. They'll If you are
Acha.
on
Okay.
your they'll reduce your weight, they'll de-stress you, they'll cleanse
Okay.
you, diet and exercise. They will tell you when the ovulation occurs. So with all these nice things,
Okay.
you become pregnant on your own without the doctor.
With other doctor.
So
Okay. So, Acha, I want to also ask you, how is this cause of fertility infertility is identified? Just if I'm not getting pregnant, so it means I'm infertile,
you
or
be
there's
pregnant for 2 years after marriage.
okay,
Marriage,
okay,
then we investigate the husband, we do the semen test, to investigate the wife for blood test, value, pH.
okay, okay,
We'll do our ultrasound and to see whether the tubes are open or not. First,
okay.
HG, hysterosalpingography, long but simply
Acha. Okay,
test. And very rarely we also do a laparoscopy. So if we find any
okay,
fibroids or we find any endometriosis, we put a scope in the tummy. Or
okay.
the operation within 1 day, patient can.
Science has actually come up with many tests which are related to all these things. It's not only one. So ऐसा नहीं है कि अब किसी चीज का solution नहीं है. We have the solution for every problem now. So tell me, doctor, nowadays you know that the diet of unmarried girls, they are drinking, they are smoking, everything is very common nowadays. Even consuming drugs. So do all these things also affect the fertility of a female?
Yeah, surely. So the if they smoke or they drink, it reduces their fertility status and all. So, but
Okay.
it's a good time and place for everything. So, if you are wanting to have a child, you have to cleanse yourself. See,
Okay.
can tell everyone ki don't smoke, don't. That's what to tell them, that once you want to focus on trying to get
Correct.
pregnant, then you
Correct.
need the lifestyle change. You need to lose weight. You need to de-stress yourself. You cleanse yourself by totally the smoking process. Smoking, I think, between drinking and smoking is the worst thing possible. So we should
Okay.
actually, smoking should not be done only. And
Oh, correct.
one message, okay, but and you are pregnant and all, you should have.
Occasionally. Yeah, yeah.
So I think,
Okay. So,
so,
I also want to ask you, what about this IVF is very painful or something? Because a lot of females think ki, that is the end thing which she has to go through if she's not having a baby. So, is it very painful? What are its, the effect on a female's body after IVF?
so no, so basically what I told you, that in nearly 80% of people will become pregnant with simple techniques,
Yeah.
planned will and time intercourse, laparoscopic surgery. It's like heart problem. If you have a heart problem, then diet, exercise, medicine, 90% will be okay.
Correct.
Some people may need a angiography and a plasty, and very few people will need to go for a bypass surgery. Similarly, I would say IVF is the last step, that is the bypass. You understand?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so when you are doing that, it's the process is very simple. You take injection for 11 days, but now these new injections have come, which are very painless. They are
Okay.
very thin needle, like the insulin injection, so they don't cause
Okay.
that much of pain. And
Okay.
then once you are take those injections, many eggs are formed. Then you get admitted, and we give a propofol, which is a fantastic anesthesia. The greatness of this anesthesia is that
Correct.
as soon as the anesthesia wears out, you can go home in 2-3 hours time. So with
Okay.
the
Okay.
light anesthesia, we take the eggs out by from the inside. It's a small, tiny, thin
Small.
needle.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
not, no cut is there. We quickly take the eggs out, and within 3-4 hours, patients can go home. So that is the
Okay.
when I started IVF in 1990. That time
Yeah.
we had to put a laparoscope and take the eggs out. It was a real, and the people, and that time the pregnancy rates were 5%, and people used to come again and again and again and do laparoscopy. Imagine. So that
Okay.
then the advancement of this new technique of ultrasound vaginally came in. So it
Okay.
really revolutionized IVF. Today, nearly
But I
first.
want to ask you one thing over here. What this is all these treatments are available, agreed. But can a middle class person also go through it? I think I don't know. It is very expensive. What is the fee structure for all this
So
process?
yeah, so an IVF cycle in All India Institute is available for 50-60,000 rupees. Of course, there's a long waiting list. So the
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
an average between 80,000 to 1,50,000 is a cycle cost, and
Okay.
because it's a World Infertility Week from today only. Today is a
Yes.
very auspicious day. It is a World
Yes.
Infertility Week beginning. So we have in our Mumbai center, we are now giving 50% discount for patients whose annual income is less than 2.5 lakh rupees a year. Because
Okay.
me and my colleagues, my wife, Dr. Ishma, my partner, Dr. Nandita, all of us decided that we will give it to, those, what is that card is there? Na? But that
Yeah, yeah.
card, the card holders are very poor. They are 60,000. I said, what 60,000? Even 2.5 lakh rupees person who earns 2.5 lakh
Correct.
may not afford it. So I made it. I didn't do the cutoff of the card. I did it for the more three times higher amount, 2.5 lakh.
Okay.
Because I
So,
believe
but
in
do you think during this,
service.
but do you think during this week people will come to you by looking at the scheme? Do people
No, no,
come
no.
in
It's a
the
permanent thing I'm doing for poor. See,
Acha, okay.
our country is made up of two parts. One is the 100 million, 200 million people like you and me, who have
Correct.
who are fortunate enough to get good things of life,
Exactly.
and there are 1.1 billion people who were very poor. So
Yeah.
you have to see. There is a guy called Piketty who wrote a book called Capital. He's a
Okay.
French guy, and he said that wherever when the people who are well off must stop giving, then the revolutions occur in the world.
Correct.
We have to. So
So true.
my premise is that we should give. Of course, many times when we become older, we say, "अच्छा now मैं अभी सब कुछ पा लिया, अभी मैं सोसाइटी के लिए काम
Retire.
करूँगा."
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right? But now I feel that time is gone now. We have to
Correct.
work for society as a commitment, because if we
Correct.
don't do that work, society will not allow us to live. So
That's
my
where that come that CSR initiative, which we call nowadays corporate social responsibility.
they are not corporate social, they are self social. We have to work for the poor if we want to survive in the future. See, the
Okay.
world has become so disparate, and that the top 5% of people in the world, they hold the wealth and the rest of them don't. So
Correct.
obviously, 95% people are going to look at you in a very negative fashion. You
Yeah.
have to demonstrate to them that you care for them,
So
and nobody
that's
here
what as
to
a
do it for
doctor,
them.
you are taking an initiative, but everyone is not taking an initiative. So, it's not a very easy job, I would say, because you're thinking about that sector, and I think that sector is not also much aware about IVF. उनको नाम से ही लगता है महंगा होगा. So,
It's funny thing is that after COVID, all of us are going to be that sector. ऐसा लग रहा है अभी.
oh God,
So,
so
it's
true.
like the definition of poverty is slowly changing. And
Changing now.
मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ कि 1.3 बिलियन में से 200, अरे उसमें से भी 150 ऑलरेडी पुअर हो गए.
Already correct, correct. So true.
So, but
But during
मेरा
this
एक
COVID
philosophy है कि
time,
health care. Pardon?
during this COVID times, do you think there are a difference in the patients which are coming to you for IVF or
No, no, no. Yes, there is a difference. What is happening now? Now, suddenly I'm getting patients who there are two types of patients that are coming. See, पहले तो सब लोग आते थे. अभी क्या हो रहा है?
correct?
The patients who are older, who have no, they are coming. AMH is very low.
Okay,
Patients who have failed 2-3 times before with IVF, they're all coming to me. Patients who are egg freezing patients have started. In fact, India में इतना नहीं हुआ है, but abroad में it's like a crazy. All the single women abroad are coming for egg freezing. They have become very insecure, because what used to happen that most of the time during the non-COVID time, they used
correct.
to get the guys in the bars and in social gatherings. All that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
totally stopped. So women have become very insecure. They are not men and women are not meeting each other, so marriages are not happening. So
Correct.
this has resulted in such a big insecurity that huge amount of single women are coming for freezing their eggs abroad. I am also getting
Okay.
little bit of higher number of egg freezing patient, but हमारे इधर
But
क्या है
aren't
ज्यादा
they
करके
scared to visit the hospital? Aren't they scared, getting out
yeah,
of their
yeah. So
home?
आपने अभी तो but there ना so we have some units which are private units. Our so
Okay.
there in during COVID time we are doing more work. लीलावती में नहीं करते हैं पर हम प्राइवेट में ज्यादा करते हैं मुंबई में दो इन Delhi somehow our Fortis Gurgaon Fortis unit as well as our GK2 Fortis Lafayette unit, both the units we are doing patient. Delhi patients are ज्यादा daring वाले, North Indians are ज्यादा daring,
Yeah,
बिंदास
yeah.
होते
That's why
हैं.
you can see in the news what's happening in Delhi. We are
हाँ,
not locked down again. There is a lockdown
yeah,
and we are at home now.
right. But मेरी सोच ये है मैडम, I can speak in हिंदी ना?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please.
मेरी सोच
Hindi
क्या
का
है कि
मातृभाषा.
हाँ, नहीं मेरी सोच ये है कि ये कोविड में लॉकडाउन नहीं करेंगे तो ये वेव बंद नहीं होगी. तो माय थॉट प्रोसेस इज दैट इन द फर्स्ट वेव क्या हुआ था कि आफ्टर द वेव केम डाउन देयर वाज अ
Correct.
पीरियड ऑफ 6 months व्हेन देयर वाज वी वर डूइंग वेल, but there was restriction, so we need to all
Correct.
sit down together, our experts, and find out ki what were the things we did in those 6 months which had
Correct.
resulted in control of the wave.
Correct.
So after the second wave goes down, जो हम लोग ने पहले किया था ना वो ही हमको 3 बरस के लिए करना पड़ेगा.
Correct.
we
So true.
cannot live we cannot live the restriction. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, क्योंकि हमारा जो पॉपुलेशन है वो 2 बिलियन का, हमको 1 बिलियन
Yeah.
पॉपुलेशन को 2 बिलियन डोजेस लगेंगे, 2
Correct.
डोज लगते हैं ना हर बरस,
Correct.
2 बिलियन डोजेस कहाँ से आएंगे डोजेस. सो इसके लिए ये जो लॉकडाउन के बाद अभी ये वेव, अभी लॉकडाउन तो कर ही देंगे सब लोग, उसके
Correct.
बाद जो थर्ड वेव, फोर्थ वेव, फिफ्थ वेव नहीं आने के लिए हमको एक कंट्रोल परमानेंटली रखना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि कोई भी एनक्लोज जगह में नहीं जाने का, कोई भी.
Correct.
मैं आपको सच में बोलता हूँ, रेस्टोरेंट में जाए, अभी मेरे बहुत से रेस्टोरेंट ओनर भी है, बोलेंगे डॉक्टर भाई को मारो, वो बोल रहे हैं कि रेस्टोरेंट नहीं जाने का. मैं बोल रहा हूँ रेस्टोरेंट में नहीं जाना, रेस्टोरेंट में बाहर बैठना. So we must allow the authorities to say कि भाई आप अभी उनको लाइसेंस दो, जैसे कि फॉरेन में होते थे ना, रास्ते पे टेबल डाल सकते हैं, तो
Correct.
रास्ते पे टेबल सर्व करना. या
Yeah.
मॉल में तो जाना, मॉल में तो यदि जाना है तो मॉल का जो सिस्टम है ना, एयर हैंडलिंग, एसी जो है ना, एसी क्या करते हैं, वही हवा को सर्कुलेट करते हैं.
That is the big problem. हाँ, वो
हाँ, तो
problem
वो
है
चेंज
मुझे.
करना इम्पोर्टेंट है. और वैक्सीनेशन लेना जरूरी है, बहुत ही इजी है वैक्सीन, मैंने लिया है. और वो जो वैक्सीन है ना जो बोलते हैं कोविशील्ड, वो
हाँ.
अब्रॉड में, यूरोप में 1 लाख पेशेंट में 4 पेशेंट में क्लॉटिंग हुआ. इमेजिन 1 लाख पेशेंट में
और
4.
उन्होंने इतना शोर मचाया कि
इतना
इसको
मैंने
बंद
भी
कर दो.
वही वैक्सीन लिया ना, मेरे को
मेरे
हुआ क्या.
मेरे इन लॉज को लगी हुई है, सेकेंड डोज की वेट हो रही है. मेरे पेरेंट्स को भी कोविशील्ड कर दी है.
So,
एंड विद
तो
गॉड
मेरे को
ग्रेस
एक एडवाइस
एवरीथिंग इज
आपके
फाइन.
व्यूअर्स को देना है, वेयर इज द, तो वैक्सीन के टाइम में जब आप जाते हो ना वैक्सीन लेने को, वो टाइम के उसमें हम मास्क नीचे करते हैं, उधर वो जहां हम इकट्ठा बैठ रहे हैं ना
हाँ.
रूम में, उधर कोविड
करेक्ट.
लग रहा है. तो
करेक्ट. तो
वैक्सीन
वो
से नहीं हो रहा है
प्रिकॉशंस
कोविड,
लेना है.
तो
या
वो उधर का माहौल है ना, क्योंकि हमारे जो बड़े उम्र के लोग हैं जो 1 बरस
हाँ.
से छुप के बैठे थे घर में, पर वो जो बड़े उम्र के लोग 1 बरस छुप के बैठे थे, अभी वो निकले बाहर वैक्सीन लेने को,
और
वो
उन लोगों
टाइम.
को वो प्रिकॉशंस लेना है. चेयर के
हाँ,
हाथ नहीं
वो
रखना है, लिफ्ट
प्रिकॉशन,
में ऐसे नहीं जाना
यानी
है.
आई वाज जस्ट थिंकिंग इन माय माइंड कि क्यों, किधर किधर कहाँ, बिकॉज अभी क्या हो गया ये टाइम,
करेक्ट.
बिल्डिंग में जो रहते हैं ना लोग, उनको ज्यादा हो गए. अभी बिल्डिंग वाले
हाँ.
1 बरस तो छुप के रहे थे, अभी किधर, अरे बाबा कहाँ उनको एक्सपोजर हुआ. हाँ, वैक्सीन जब लेने को गए ना, तब
तो
जो लाइन में खड़े थे, जब
हाँ.
उन्होंने मास्क
करेक्ट.
नीचे किया, अरे आपका नाम क्या, अच्छा मास्क नीचे किया, बाजू में
हाँ.
जाके बैठे दोनों कुर्सी में क्लस्टर में. मैंने तो मेरे
करेक्ट.
एक दरख्वास्त है अथॉरिटीज को कि आप जब वैक्सीन दे रहे हो वो माहौल में सेफ्टी करना जरूरी है. मेरे को ये भी एक दरख्वास्त है, आप मे बी फ्रॉम बिग पर्सन इज लिसनिंग टू मी थ्रू योर मीडियम, कि ये जो थिंक टैंक है ना वो उनको एक्सपांड करना जरूरी है. जो
करेक्ट
गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट लेवल या हमारे जैसे जो प्राइवेट में बहुत से एडवांस लोग हैं, बहुत सक्सेसफुल हैं हम लोग
करेक्ट
प्रोफेशन में,
करेक्ट
बिजनेस में, बड़े बड़े इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट, उनको इकट्ठा करके एक थिंक टैंक करो,
यस
1,000 लोगों को लो उसमें,
हाँ
उनको उनके से बात करके स्ट्रैटेजी बनाओ 3 बरस के लिए।
करेक्ट
3 बरस का स्ट्रैटेजी, अच्छा हम कैसा करने वाले हैं, हम रेस्टोरेंट को कैसे करने वाले हैं, हम मॉल का क्या करेंगे, हम एयर हैंडलिंग सिस्टम चेंज करेंगे क्या मॉल में, हम
करेक्ट
मूवी थिएटर्स में क्या करेंगे, हमारा बिजनेस कैसा चलेगा, ये सब एक थिंक टैंक बना
प्लानिंग
होता है
करेक्ट
जो जो हमारे देश का फ्यूचर को प्लान करे। ये जो
करेक्ट
है वो काम थोड़े लोग ही कर रहे हैं। मेरी दरख्वास्त है गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सेंट्रल से कि बाबा हमारे जैसे लोगों को लो ना बाबा, हम भी
हाँ
आपका
करेक्ट
थोड़ा हम आपको दे
बट
सकते हैं।
सर आप लोगों की वजह से ही आई थिंक अभी तक हम लोग बचे हुए हैं बहुत कुछ फिर भी हम तो अंदर बैठ गए हैं, आप तो नहीं बैठ सकते, हम लोग आपके सहारे हैं। आई हैव ऑल्सो सफर्ड कोविड ऑनेस्टली, आई ऑलरेडी गॉट ड्यूरिंग दिवाली एंड वन
So
ऑफ
no, my
वेरी
one more
नाइस
thing for your
डॉक्टर
listeners is that don't. Now this is a very big wave. I know it's an economic मैंने disaster for all of us, but we have to stay inside. ऐसा सोच के
यस
चलो कि
यस
बड़ा न्यूक्लियर धमाका हुआ है, पर हमको घर में छुप के बैठना है
चुप के बैठना है।
और वो 1-1.5 महीना आप बाहर नहीं निकलना वेव कम होने के बाद, और बाद में भी अगले 3 बरस के लिए कोविड अप्रोप्रिएट बिहेवियर करना, डबल मास्क डालो, हाथ धो और मास्क उतारो नहीं। मैं मेरे स्टाफ को भी बोलता हूँ, आप
मास्क नहीं
मास्क
करना।
को उतारो नहीं। चाय पीने के टाइम में अरे हाँ चलो 3 घंटा हो गया, अभी काम बैठे, अभी हम चलो चाय
वो
पीते, अरे
ही
चलो तूने
प्रॉब्लम
डब्बे में,
करेगा, वो कुछ
हाँ
मिनट्स में कोविड हो सकता है।
हाँ तूने डब्बे में क्या लाया आज खाने को, अच्छा चलो हम बैठ के मास्क उतारा, उधर ही लग
करेक्ट
गया वहां।
हाँ
अरे हम ना सोशल गैदरिंग में गए, अरे चलो एक फोटो लेते हैं ना साथ में,
तो
मास्क
मास्क
उतारा,
उतारा।
उधर ही
सो
लग गया।
ट्रू।
यू हैव टू, मैं जब घर के बाहर निकलता हूँ ना, मैं ना 1 सेकंड के लिए डबल मास्क कभी नहीं उतारता हूँ। इसलिए मैंने वाइफ को बोला, मेरी वाइफ भी डॉक्टर है बड़ी, बोली सर ऋषि तू 60 है, तू पागल है क्या, क्या जा रहा है। मैं बोला देख, मैं ज्यादा नहीं जा रहा हूँ, पर जा रहा हूँ ना, मैं ना मास्क को,
मास्क नहीं
जान
उतारते।
भी गया तो भी चलेगा, मास्क को नहीं उतारूंगा।
Everybody, I hope you guys are listening. It is very important. Mask is really very important and
मास्क
it
को
will
अब नहीं
save
उतारेंगे ना
you.
तो नहीं हो सकता है कोविड।
Correct. एंड उसके बाद जो हमारे हाथ है, बार बार हम उसको हाथ और
हाँ
माउथ और
वो
नोज में
नहीं टच,
टच नहीं
इससे क्या
करना।
करने का, डबल मास्क लेने का, एक नॉर्मल मास्क उसके ऊपर और एक 10 रुपए का मास्क आता है, डबल मास्क लिया, और कभी भी ये लगाने का नहीं, हाथ को क्लीन करके फिर आपको कभी कभी खुजन हो जाती है, अरे ऐसा ऐसा करते
करेक्ट।
हैं, ये है ना बाहर कोविड बैठा हुआ है सब, इमेजिन
हाँ
वो
तो
मास्क
वो
के ऊपर
ध्यान
कोविड
रखना
का
है।
जर्म बैठा हुआ है, आप ऐसा ऐसा करेंगे ना तो वो टच हो जाएगा।
करेक्ट। सो अच्छा, मेरे को अब ये भी पूछना था आपसे, अब जैसे प्रेग्नेंट फीमेल्स के लिए ये कोविड सिचुएशन यू नो इतनी इतनी सारी न्यूज आपने सेलिब्रिटीज में भी सुनी होंगी, सब प्रेग्नेंट हो गए बिकॉज लॉकडाउन है। एंड आई वाज वंडरिंग, इज इट सेफ, मतलब उनका बाहर निकलना, हाउ हाउ इट इज यू ऑल गाइस आर मैनेजिंग उनकी
सुनो तो मैं
प्रेगनेंसी
प्रेग्नेंट वीमेन
डिलीवरी।
के लिए हमारे पास, सो देयर आर 3 ग्रुप्स ऑफ वीमेन। एक जो है वो नॉन प्रेग्नेंट वीमेन है, उसका उनको मेरा एडवाइस है कि सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग, मास्क, डबल मास्क डालना, हाथ धोना,
करेक्ट।
और क्लोज स्पेस में ना प्लीज मत जाना। मॉल में मेरे को मार डालेंगे मॉल वाले, पर प्लीज अभी तो
बट
मॉल में
नहीं,
मत जाना,
करेक्ट, जितना
मूवी
मर्जी
नहीं देखना,
क्लीनलीनेस
मूवी
हो,
नहीं देखना,
बट वो
और
हवा जो सराउंड कर रही है।
हाँ रेस्टोरेंट में नहीं जाना, क्योंकि वो ना जर्म है ना वो हवा में रहता है, वो
हाँ
हवा में, तो आप रेस्टोरेंट में जाएंगे और ड्रिंक लेंगे, जाएंगे मास्क उतारा गया अंदर,
करेक्ट।
तो अंदर
सो
से तो प्लीज ये बाहर बैठो रेस्टोरेंट में, बोलो ड्रिंक लेके बाहर जाओ, हाथ को सैनिटाइज करो, मास्क उतार के लगाओ, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं।
हाँ
तो ये
करेक्ट।
पहला एडवाइस है। सेकेंड एडवाइस है वैक्सीनेशन करना। तो 45 के ऊपर अभी शायद बड़े साहब हमारे मोदी साहब शायद
कर दे।
18 बरस के बाद के लोगों को भी अलाउ करेंगे, तो पहले वैक्सीनेशन करना।
यस
वैक्सीन पहला शॉट लेने के बाद प्रोटेक्शन नहीं आता है, सेकंड शॉट के बाद 15 दिन के बाद प्रोटेक्शन आता है। वो भी क्या है प्रोटेक्शन, आप यदि आपको लग गया तो आपको इतना सीवियर नहीं होएगा कि एडमिशन होना पड़े, क्योंकि मेरे बहुत से फ्रेंड जो डॉक्टर लोग हैं उनको वैक्सीन के बाद जब लगा हुआ है कोई भी एडमिट नहीं हुआ है।
Very good, very
The,
good.
the
So guys,
vaccine is
listen to this point. Get vaccinated, and after second vaccine, at least after 15 days, you will not get an admission into a hospital. What go bhi agar by chance ho bhi gaya, it can be
right.
resolved as well.
It's a mild disease because I know मेरे 5-6 दोस्त एकदम नजदीक के उनको हो गया है, तो वी आर हैप्पी इन्फॉर्मेशन कि हाँ माइल्ड हो रहा है, वो यानी
Correct.
इंटेंट, बट प्रिवेंट नहीं करता है, होता है। इसलिए मास्क,
Okay.
3 चीज डालने का, डबल मास्क, हाथ धोना, और
Correct.
अंदर मत जाना, किसके घर में नहीं जाना।
Correct.
कोई तरह आपका भाई होए बहन होए, किसको भी मास्क नहीं उतारना, फोटो नहीं निकालना, सेल्फी मत लेना। Okay, so this is the first thing for non-pregnant women. For pregnant women who
Yes.
have high risk, जैसे कि हेल्थ केयर वर्कर है या प्रेग्नेंट डॉक्टर है, अभी यूएसए से 90,000 प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन को जिन्होंने वैक्सीन लिया उनको कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट जो उनतर का वैक्सीन है फाइजर, वो अलग अलग तरीके से बना है। हमारा जो
Correct.
वैक्सीन है कोविशील्ड, वो अलग तरीके से, बट कोविशील्ड में भी ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। तो आप प्रेग्नेंट होंगे और आपको रिस्क ज्यादा लगता है तो आप ले सकते हैं वैक्सीन।
Okay.
ओके, और थर्ड एक जो ग्रुप है जो प्रेग्नेंट होना चाहता है, वो
Correct.
ग्रुप भी वैक्सीन ले सकता है, पर
Okay.
सेकंड डोज के बाद यदि हो सके तो 2 महीना रुक के ट्रीटमेंट करेगा तो बेटर।
Better. Okay.
इमीडिएटली भी कर सकते हैं, बट हमको क्योंकि 2 महीना प्रेग्नेंट होगी तो वो बच्चे का जो ड्यूरेशन है, बच्चे का वो पहले 2 महीना हमको मालूम नहीं है एग्जैक्टली क्या इफेक्ट हो सकता है क्या लॉन्ग टर्म में। इसलिए टू बी ऑन सेफ साइड, सेकंड डोज के बाद 2 महीना रुक के फिर डॉक्टर भाई के पास आना या कोई भी दूसरे डॉक्टर के पास जाके ट्रीटमेंट करना। सो दिस इज एज पर एज द एडवाइस टू 3 ग्रुप्स ऑफ वीमेन, द वन हु आर नॉट प्रेग्नेंट, द वन हु आर प्रेग्नेंट, and the one who want to become pregnant. 3 people. This is Dr. Pai's advice. मेरे को
Very good
Pai को
advice,
television पे
doctor.
लाएंगे
Very
तो
good.
सबको
I
मैं
think
बता
I am really enjoying this session. आपने इतनी important information दी है. It's not only about fertility or infertility, but COVID के साथ आपने relate
अरे
किया
बाबा,
है.
फर्टिलिटी इनफर्टिलिटी बाद में आता है, पहली जान।
Actually में.
So even
और बात बताओ, ये how often these people are successful, मतलब है तो साइंस ही at the end. तो अगर ऐसा भी है कि कोई कपल कभी अनहैप्पी रहता है, उनका
नहीं, तो आईवीएफ में क्या करते हैं हम लोग, अंडा निकालते, स्पर्म लेके बच्चा बना के अंदर डालते, सिंपल है। तो पहले आईवीएफ करके फेल हो गया तो मैंने बोला 10-20% को आईवीएफ कर सकते। आईवीएफ टेक्निक बहुत इजी है, और 3 अटेम्प्ट में आजकल 90% लोग आईवीएफ में प्रेग्नेंट होते हैं। समझो 10 लोगों को मैंने आईवीएफ किया, 3 अटेम्प्ट में 90% एंड 10 में से 9 लोगों को बच्चा रह जाता है। एक आध पेशेंट में 3 साइकिल के बाद भी बच्चा नहीं रहता है। तो उसके लिए ज्यादा एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी अभी हमारे पास है, जैसे लेजर्स है। अच्छा, जेनेटिक एम्ब्रियो का जेनेटिक टेस्टिंग, बहुत से एम्ब्रियो जेनेटिकली एबनॉर्मल होते हैं, तो आईवीएफ करके भी उनको अंदर डालेंगे तो बच्चा नहीं रहता है, तो हम एम्ब्रियो का जेनेटिक टेस्टिंग कर सकते हैं। ऐसे अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजीज है, बट वो ओनली फॉर 10% of people who don't become pregnant. But the most important thing is, my advice to all of the women is that you must become pregnant before the age of 35. And if you want to, for whatever reason, you may have not got the right person, you may have not, you don't want to have a child because you are busy in your career, and you don't want to become pregnant before the age of 35, or whatever reason, please freeze your fertility.
So that is also very, very important.
Suppose you're married also, you can freeze your embryo also, but embryo freeze karega, so you're committed to the man.
That is something else then. But I think a lot of girls should understand that it's not a very sensitive topic now to freeze eggs. It should be done if you're not getting married. At least for safer.
But the problem is what happens na, Jazz, that a lot of people come at 40 to me for freezing egg. That is a tragedy, na. So that should not happen. You are clear in your mind. You 40 में क्या है, अरे एक अंडा मिलेगा हमको, कम से कम to get a good chance in the future we need to freeze 15 eggs, 12 to 15 eggs. तो
Okay.
समटाइम तो अभी 40 में AMH का लेवल होएगा 0.5, उसमें मैं कहाँ से एग निकालूं,
क्या
कहाँ
से
से
होगा?
आप समझ गए तो
Guys,
ये
so you guys are, Bhagavan giving so many lives to so many bachas over here in the world. We have a question from one of the followers.
या
She's asking, Miss Pooja Mihani, she's asking, would it be advisable to a woman to remove uterus in case of fibroids? And what about even if not, the how painful is it for the women? So she's asking basically if a woman, is it advisable for a woman to remove uterus in case of fibroids?
Oh, acha, no. So listen, it depends on whether you are already, if you have already kids, 1, 2 kids and all, and you're
Correct.
40, 42, and there's a large fibroid, you are suffering from pain or heavy bleeding, then you can remove the uterus. But if you are a younger patient, then we only remove the fibroid. Why should you remove the uterus?
Correct. Correct.
so, so we have now laparoscopic surgery, so you can easily go in and remove the fibroid, and you can go home in 2 days time with small
Correct.
cuts. After some time, you cannot see also from where the laparoscopic instruments were put inside. So
Correct.
fibroid, endometriosis, or
Okay.
now even if you want to remove the uterus, that also. But after the age of 40, 45, you would
It
remove a
becomes
uterus.
very difficult.
Ha.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
so before that we don't remove, because sometimes for whatever reason, if you lose a child or something, you want to become pregnant
Correct.
again, you can't just knock out your uterus.
Okay. So I want to ask personal question. Last question from my side. I want to know one thing. Since I am a mother of two girls now, I am also just concerned about infertility. What should be advisable कि ये प्रॉब्लम हो ना, ऐसा क्या कर सकते हैं हम एज अ पेरेंट? व्हाट कैन आई डू इन फ्यूचर समथिंग लाइक दिस प्रॉब्लम? It is related to diet, I know that, but what else?
Yeah. So if you want to,
I can't hear your voice. Your voice has gone. We can't hear you, doctor. Can't hear you. I think you're not audible. I think I have to take you back again. Hello. Can you hear me? Achha, I'll add you back. So, guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
can you?
fine.
Yeah, hello. So you need to lifestyle. Hello.
Yeah.
So lifestyle, weight loss. There's something called BMI, weight in kilograms divided by height in. BMI should be 18 and 24. Ideal
Can you repeat? Can you repeat?
weight in kilograms
Correct.
divided by in meter square. So there
Okay.
are apps that are available. You can go on the net and you can just put your weight and height and you will get the BMI. So your BMI
Okay.
18 and 24 or 25, maximum 27. If
Okay.
if you lose a weight, even if you lose 5% of the weight, your pregnancy chance will go up by 10-15%. So,
Okay.
but
Okay.
in our group of exercise, gymming, then lose your weight, then timed intercourse. With all that, you will become pregnant. You don't need doctor fight.
Correct. So there's one question by the follower, and I am wrapping up soon, guys. So you can come up with the questions. One of them have asked me, what option do women above 40 have then?
Yeah, so many 40-year-olds, I in Japan in 2006. So most of the Japanese women, they get married at the age of 45. So
Okay.
most of them go for IVF after the age of 45. So a
Correct.
40-year-old can become pregnant with, first of course, we'll do IVF. And if you don't still become pregnant in 1-2 months, then we do IVF. Very,
Okay.
very rarely, if the ovarian reserve is very low, we can borrow an egg from a donor, take the husband's sperm, make the baby and put into your womb. That is called egg donation. But many people don't like it, borrowing an
Okay.
egg and all that. But many people do it. So these
But
are the
then,
various.
doctor, the thing is, you have a solution for every problem. I am saying कि किसी सारे तरीके के टेस्ट है, हर एज के लिए टेस्ट है, and I think there will be no couple who can't have a baby now because there's so many things which are available. And
Interesting thing before I leave, and that is that
you're
nowadays
not audible again. You're not audible again.
there's some problem. Okay, let it be.
Yeah, you're not audible again. I'm inviting you again.
Hello.
I can't hear you. I'm inviting you
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Just disconnect once, doctor. I'll invite you again.
okay, okay. I'll just disconnect. I'll just
Yeah.
disconnect.
Yeah. Now it's fine.
Last thing I wanted to tell you that now with the skin cells, you can create eggs and sperm. So within 5 to 7 years time, you will be sperm from skin cells. So that then everything will become very easy.
Correct. Exactly. You're so true. So true. So it was, thank you so much for such a nice, informative session. And you have also, related it with COVID, with the vaccine. So guys, I think everybody now know that vaccine is must for everyone. So bhagने की जरूरत नहीं है. It will gonna save you only. And thank you so very much, Dr. Rishikesh Pai. I am honored to host you today. I wish I get a chance again to talk to you, but we are running out of time. Thank you so very much for giving us so much of precious time. I know आपका टाइम बहुत इस टाइम पे you're running short of time because of you have so many patients, lot of work, and I know you guys are only the front warriors who are coming in front and saving our lives. हम तो अंदर बैठे हैं, but doctors ही हमारा सहारा है. All the doctors, health workers, nurses, everybody out there, thank you so very much. And it's my pleasure to host you. Wish I will do it again. And thanks a lot.
Thank you. I just want to
And
say
this
really
video I'll be sharing on my channel so that those who missed it, they can see, go through it, and they'll get a lot of information about everything, so that I think we will reach out to many people and spreading such positive vibes and messages to everyone during this tough time. So guys, do watch this video and share it as much as you can, and I'll be sharing this video with you, doctor, too, so that you can share it with your friends and relatives. And over to you, sir.
thank you. I would like to thank you, Jazz. It was great talking to you. Pleasure. And just one request to all your viewers is that for if you want to really be thankful to the doctor community and the healthcare worker community, please take precautions, no? Because more
Yeah,
of it becomes very difficult. And I would
exactly.
like you all to stay home for next 1 month at least,
At
and
least.
venture out and all the time. Remember what I've told you. So when anything comes to your house, the packet, you have to
Yeah,
look at it very as a potential. Even the person who delivers it, you have to see that he has double mask. Suppose he doesn't have,
wearing a double mask.
go
Yeah,
with
yeah.
double mask pen. Always go with the double mask. Take the packet, keep it aside. There's a nowadays you get ultraviolet containers. So
Yeah,
big, you can put the packet for 5 minutes. You just put it in the UV light.
correct.
You take it out. You leave the packet, and never ever eat any food from outside which is cold.
Cold. Okay.
I even microwave the cake also,
Okay.
but
Okay.
it melts. But doesn't matter. We mentally we know we are
But
eating a
that's
cake.
fine. At least हमें वो होगा virus
And
नहीं है, germs नहीं है.
the heat kills the virus. Remember that. The
Yeah.
heat
Heat
kills the.
kills the virus.
Okay, and so that's very important. This
Even as
let
an influencer, I get so many couriers. I'm not touching them directly. I wear a gloves. I sanitize with the, spray and keep it in my balcony,
don't.
bahar dhoop mein, so that,
Last,
then after 24 hours, I open it.
last parting request to all you women there, that don't have a maid who is going in and out. If you are maid in house, no problem. If you don't have a
Major point. Major point.
maid who will give you the infection, so you have to work on your own. Let the husband and wife
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this
सर
very
हम वर्कआउट भी तो करते ही हैं घर के काम करके वर्कआउट कर लो इट्स लाइक दैट So,
Right.
but to everyone out there, me as a jazz also, I am also doing, I'm cleaning dishes, I'm doing everything. हमारे घर भी maid नहीं आ रही है, that is can be the main source. So everyone out there, अपने maid servants को in and out नहीं करो, जिनके घर में रह रहे हैं, good enough. But don't call maids for some time because you become in that danger zone then. So it's for our safety if we do our work ourselves. वर्कआउट
Right.
करो, घर के काम करके करो. So thank you, doctor. It was a very nice session. Thank you so very much.
Right. All the best. All the best to all
Thank you.
of you.
Same to you.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, doctor.
Hi.
Good evening. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, you are.
Hi,
I think
it's
I
a
am also
pleasure.
audible.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. So, hi everyone. So, this is Dr. Sarita with us today, and she will be talking about anemia. And let me introduce you to her. As you all know that in India, there is an old saying that doctors are second to God on this earth. They diagnose, educate, and treat patients to ensure that they have the best possible care. A doctor is always someone's hero and someone's hope. We look always up to them because we trust them. And today I want to introduce to one such doctor, Dr. Sarita Rani Jaiswal, and she is the program director and consultant in Narayana Hospital. Not only this, she is also in BMT and Hematology department in Dharamshala. So warm welcome to you, ma'am. And
Yeah.
today we will be
Welcome to.
talking about topic for the today is anemia.
Yeah, I welcome you all for spending your valuable time. And now let's discuss a problem. Anemia, this is not a disease. Mind it, this is not a disease. It is a problem, or rather, we call it condition where your hemoglobin percentage goes down. So,
No,
what is hemoglobin? You have to first understand the anemia. So,
exactly.
hemoglobin is one of the component of red blood cell. So, let me
Correct.
go in detail like our blood.
Yeah.
So, it flows in our body. Can anyone name the shape? No, because
No.
kidney has got some shape, but blood does not have. So it
Correct.
flows from head to toes, and it
So
has got three main component of cells, three main type of cell, which is called red blood cell, white
cells,
blood
white
cell,
blood
and
cells.
platelet. So amongst these cells, the red blood cell has got hemoglobin, which is a protein. It is formed by
So
heme and the globin thing.
globin.
So I'll discuss later about this, but this heme part, which hemoglobin is formed. So when your iron content, hemoglobin is basically reduced, then it is called anemia. And
True.
the people like your kid, basically you will find certain symptoms to think that yes, my child might be suffering from
Yeah.
this problem.
That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to ask you. How do I know that my child is anemic? The first question which comes in my mind is how will I know? Do I have to go for the medical test for that? Or the symptoms might show that he or she is anemic?
Yeah, it depends on what stage your kid is, whether he or
Okay.
she is
Is
before going to school in that
okay.
period or neonate period. Mothers, all specifically, I am saying to all these mothers that just watch your child, that at what level they are. So if they are
Correct.
preschool going children, so they won't play like the previously the energetically they were playing, they will
Mm-hmm.
lose their energy. They will find their child is getting fatigued very early. They are getting
Yeah.
irritable. They are not eating properly. Basically, they're anorexic. I don't want, mama, I don't want to eat. Like
Correct.
some kid, like they feel that you will see that they might develop some kind of infection. And
Hmm.
in this school going children, you will see mother, it's a teacher because they are spending more on time in the school. Of course, not in COVID
David.
time, but
Yeah.
yes, it's a teacher will complain to parents that yes, your child is not attentive. The attentive he was previously, but this his or her attention has gone down. He every time he's feeling fatigue, lethargic. So
Correct.
these are the common symptoms you will find in your child. So you have to be
Okay.
observant. And think this there is some problem. So
Yeah.
let's think about what it could be.
Correct. What causes anemia in child? Is it by birth or it's according to the age, to not having proper nutrition? What can be the reason?
Yeah, Jazz, you have asked very good questions. So there are very several reasons for this actually.
Okay.
So first thing that uh, why this is anemia. So there are several types. You have to think about. You need iron. So
Yeah.
what it is? So initial period, whether you are nutritional, you are not eating sufficiently, means iron is not going inside your body
Inside
sufficiently, nutritional. And even if it is you are giving child correct amount, but it is not absorbing inside the body.
body.
Because these things, whatever we are taking, whether iron, vitamin C, or
Yeah,
whatever
because
things we
lot
are
of
taking,
people, देखकर जैसे जनरल वे में बोलते कितना पतला है कितनी पतली है इसको खाना नहीं लगता एनेमिक तो नहीं है दैट्स द जनरल स्टेटमेंट बाय द पीपल बट वी डोंट थिंक कि इसका सोल्यूशन भी है वी नीड टू गेट इट चेक
yeah, very
एंड
right.
बिकॉज द
So
पॉइंट यू आर
people
सेइंग
should
कि वो बॉडी में अब्सॉर्ब नहीं रहता बिकॉज हम बोलते हैं खाना तो प्रॉपर खा रहा है तो स्टिल why itna there's no energy or why he or she is so slim.
Yes, very good thing. You have to be observant. Even if child
Yeah,
is eating, then also he is not developing.
correct.
Means there is something wrong in his or her body. वो
Body
खा रहा है सही, but उसकी बॉडी में
लग
नहीं
नहीं
जा रहा.
रहा.
क्या प्रॉब्लम है? और थर्ड स्टेज, इफ यू थिंक अबाउट कि खा भी रहा है, बन भी रहा है, बट
Hmm.
उसमें something is bleeding, something is
Okay,
losing, he is losing
correct,
him blood, so that he does not have proper hemoglobin percentage inside the body. Now next
correct.
thing I'll tell that what is the function of hemoglobin. We are discussing, yes, there is
Yes,
reduced
yeah,
amount of hemoglobin, but it is the main thing which carries oxygen from lung or to
yeah,
and it dispense, means
correct,
it gives supply is to all our organs. So whenever there is less of oxygen, so you can imagine what each and every organs need oxygen. So they are
correct.
getting deficient, and the problem will relate to these decreased oxygenation. And
Okay,
there are several reasons are also there. So you will see some kids, so they are eating also, but they have something like the habit of pencil eating.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
is
They
leading
keep
to,
biting. Yeah,
yeah, a mother will see the few babies are eating pencils. So this is called lead
correct.
toxicity. They might develop
Okay,
and the
okay,
anemia.
okay.
So these
There's
anemia could
one
be the cause.
question. There's one question. Somebody has asked one of the follow. What is the hemoglobin level in anemic patients?
So you have to
Approximately.
first understand it varies. So starting from
Okay,
neonate 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5 years, there is a standard
okay.
guideline. So you should know the what is the standard guideline, and it varies with the patient children also,
Children.
because if their baseline, it has to be low, 2 standard
Okay.
deviation below the baseline. It is suggested, like my hemoglobin, suppose it is around 11 to 12. So if it goes below
Below.
9 or 8, so yes, I think, yeah, something is wrong in my
Yeah, yeah,
body.
yeah.
I
I
am
know that.
really anemia. So
True,
I
true.
have to look for the cause. So
Uh,
yes, now there are, let me tell you that there are some genetic defect as well, which is
okay.
very important. And in
Effect.
our society, it is very important to know parents about the thalassemia and sickle cell anemia. but I'm going to talk about this basically because thalassemia is more dominant in our society. So
Okay.
what happens in thalassemia? It's a genetic disorder.
Okay.
So that is why it said कि कुंडली मिलाओ चाहे नहीं मिलाओ ये थैलेसीमिया
Oh,
का एक टेस्ट
okay.
होती
So
है.
this is the thing. Okay.
So आपको even if some it is again thalassemia is three parts like it's a trait. If someone carries the gene only, which is called
Correct.
thalassemia minor and the intermediate, and the two other side, which is the severe side of the thalassemia, is thalassemia major. So if a parent, like both the parents are carrying
Mm-hmm.
thalassemic trait, so that is why it is said that thalassemia ka hemoglobin electrophoresis. It's a very simple test, very cheap
Okay.
also. So
Acha.
before
Okay.
I
Understood.
कुंडली मिलाने से पहले जरूर ये टेस्ट जरूर कर लो जिससे पता चले आपको कि आप दोनों
In
कैरियर हो
future.
या नहीं हो, आपको बड़ी होने की जरूरत है या नहीं है. If yes,
Okay.
both the parents are carrying that gene, that is thalassemia trait, then there is 25% chance
Percent.
of developing thalassemia major. Mind it,
Okay.
25%. And if a child is thalassemia major, so
Hmm.
then you have to treat it. And it's a good
Okay.
news that in Dharamshila Narayana has got extensive treatment offer. They offer extensive
Okay.
treatment, including from the starting from diagnosis. Hello. So
Hello. Hello.
we are, we are and
And
thalassemia. So like
thank
you have to diagnose
your video
properly.
is paused.
Video paused. She's saying. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Your screen is paused actually. Otherwise, we are audible.
So,
It's coming back. I think network issue. Hello. Doctor, you can drop it down. I'll invite you again. I think that's better. Thank you guys for all the patience. And here is the doctor back again. That was a network issue.
sorry for the interruption.
No worries, no
So,
worries.
so basically, people have to understand mother, especially mother, should first see like if he or she is suffering from thalassemia major. So they usually present at the age of 6 months. So child, you
Okay,
will notice the child who was playing properly just has become irritated. He is not playing properly. He is getting lethargic. He is not
okay,
eating even. And sometimes some of the kids have like repeated infections. So Dharamshila
so this
Narayana
is
in they diagnose, so we are
correct
diagnosing and giving the proper treatment as well.
treatment.
Now,
Okay.
yeah, if you ask the what are the treatment like
Mhm.
in these children require repeated blood transfusion, every month blood transfusion,
Okay.
and they will require throughout their life. So you have to be very much cautious about those things. If a child is really suffering from thalassemia major, curative option, it is bone marrow transplantation. So now the next question is, what is bone marrow transplantation? So, what is the hemoglobin?
The video got paused in between. Am I audible?
Video is not.
Am I audible to you? I think the video got paused in between.
Hello. We have dedicated unit
Yeah.
to care these thalassaemic babies. We have
Okay.
Dharamshila Narayana have very dedicated unit to treat these kind of patients, like blood transfusion. And if our parents are looking for a curative option, yes, we are here to treat by bone marrow transplantation.
Okay. Okay. So I want to ask is it very expensive? Because the first question comes in the mind for the middle class family is, what will be the around the budget for all? Is it very expensive? The donor is easily available?
Yes, very pertinent question you asked there,
Yeah.
Jazz. Really, it's
Because,
because see, yes, if you are looking for matched sibling donor transplantation, the success rate is very good. 90%
okay.
cases, the outcome is 90% survival if you are going with
Okay.
matched sibling donor transplantation in case of
Okay.
these thalassaemic babies or sickle cell anemic babies. But
Okay.
if you don't have, because
Hmm.
once these child are thalassaemic major
Hmm.
positive, then the parent obviously they do not go for the another child. Basically, what we are facing this problem, and even
Okay.
if that child is there, suppose sibling means brother and sister, we are fully
Hmm.
matched with our brothers and sisters. At the
Okay.
same time, we are half matched from with our parents. Like, how do we when we born? Like, I'm just
Okay.
saying in a brief about half matched donor transplantation from first degree relatives. First
Okay.
degree relatives. So this is called a haploidentical bone marrow transplantation or
Okay.
half matched transplantation. Yes,
Okay.
where we are in Dharamshila Narayana, we are doing this type of transplantation for the last 7 years and with good
Okay.
success rate. We
Quite a
can
long
proudly
time.
say yes that yes, our results are very good in the malignant cases as compared to wild, because it's a Dr.
Okay.
Chakravarti who has initiated this type of transplantation in India. And yes, we have done successfully so many transplantation because of our extensive research.
Research.
Because if
Okay.
there is no matched donor available, then how to choose a donor? If
Donor.
we
Because
are
if there's
talking
no
about the
signal.
half match, yeah,
Okay.
no. So see, when we are born, I said we are carrying a pair of gene from father, a pair of gene
Correct.
from mother. So
Correct.
we are half matched from with her father, and similarly
Yeah.
half matched with her mother. And
Yeah.
when we have kids, so similarly, we are transmitting half of gene to our kid from mine and my partner from her.
Partners.
So
Correct.
similarly, we are half match. So for a kid, here we are talking about the kid. They are half match with father or mother. So we
Okay.
are transplanting them. For thalassemia also, we are under the clinical
Mhm.
trial. We are transplanting, and till date, we have done a good number of cases in thalassemia as well.
Okay.
So this is
Okay.
the thing as far as donor is concerned, because there is too much. लोगों में ये सुनते हैं कि नहीं नहीं मैं कुछ दूंगा तो मेरी कमी हो
हाँ.
जाएगी. ये
Correct.
बहुत सारे कंसेप्ट हम आए दिन सुनते रहते हैं, बट मैं आपको बताऊंगी, आपने किडनी का यदि आप डोनर हो, आपने किडनी दिया, सो यू आर लूजिंग अ किडनी, आप एक किडनी
Yeah.
रह गए। बट यदि
Correct.
आप एक बोन मैरो या स्टेम सेल्स देते हो, तो आप कुछ भी नहीं हो, आपका वो मिनट में, मतलब विद इन आवर आपके स्टेम सेल्स बन जाते हैं।
बन
So
जाते हैं.
people have to understand, if you are chosen as a donor, so go for that.
That's why
Go for
I
that
want to,
because
during pregnancy, there's a lot of consultations which goes around with the pregnant women also, to store the stem cells. And I have personally done, I'm mother of two girls. And I remember, I went through this consultation. And I think I even thought that it's very important, if we should do this. Because earlier we were not aware about such thing, what are stem cells only. But now, with time, science has become so much that now you get to know, the importance of stem cells. See, even in this case, you were saying me, agar sibling hai to, the bone marrow case, mein. But if there is no sibling, then doctor, what can be done? Then also the donor is easily available.
not easily available. So in that situation, that is why I explained that we are doing half match
Half
transplantation
match,
in
match.
that
In
situation
that case,
from
okay, okay,
parents, or even the few, in few cases, the kids like brother or sister, they are also
ah,
half match from
half match.
50% cases, half match are there. Or there are some registry which is not fully established in India. And finding a donor from those unrelated donor registry from
Correct.
abroad is very expensive. Only to procure those cells is as costly as a single transplantation. So this is the thing.
Okay.
Uh,
So I want to ask you one thing which I have a little confusion. So is this really concerned with anemia only at the end? Is this a stage of anemia?
No, anemia you don't need. I was talking
So
about thalassemia major
thalassemia.
cases, but
So
if
that is separate.
yes,
Okay.
it's a kids presenting with anemia only,
Anemia.
but this is
Okay.
a disease which is a genetic disorder.
Genetic
This is
disorder.
a disease of genetic disorder which require, if you are really looking for the curative option, because they're present with anemia, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to keep on blood transfusion every month.
Okay.
Otherwise, there are lots of complication happen. So there are
Okay.
two type of treatment, as I explained: iron chelation, blood transfusion, and iron
And
chelation. And on the other hand, if you are looking for the curative option, bone marrow transplantation is another option.
another option. Okay. Okay. So that is how.
So
Okay. So one thing I want to ask you, अब nowadays nobody says कुंडली में लाने से पहले टेस्ट किया जाए. So here is the question comes. It is very important test. What is the name of the test? I mean, I want
So
everybody should know.
इस टेस्ट को बोलते हैं, या so simple to diagnose anemia, simple CBC would be fine, and your doctor
Okay,
will do the peripheral blood smear that will say yes, this, and the red cell indices, we call it red cell indices, जिसमें
okay,
आपको पता चल जाएगा या anemia है, and possibly microcytic, megaloblastic, और क्या है. And for thalassemia, your doctor will suggest you hemoglobin electrophoresis. So this
okay.
मुझे लग रहा है आप ये टेस्ट की बात मैं कर रही हूँ, हम लोग कर रहे हैं, hemoglobin electrophoresis,
Electrophoresis.
where
Okay,
your doctor will tell yes, he or she is thalassememic trait. So this is not a disease. Your hemoglobin will remain a bit lower side, but you
okay.
don't require any treatment. You are just carrying a gene, and whenever you marry, just see that whether your partner is carrying that gene
Mhm.
or not, so that whenever you conceive, you can opt for your certain specific things.
Understood.
So these are, yeah.
Okay. So also I want to ask you, see, this is what you have told me about the genetic disorder. But what about the anemia, which can, children who are already suffering from anemia, how can we prevent it?
Yeah, it's a very
Because,
important to just simple anemia. So first look whether the diet is proper or not. If you
okay.
are thinking about the neonate, there's a baby
Yeah,
like less
yeah,
than
yeah,
a year.
yeah, yeah.
See, now in this very advanced or in this era, female like we are going to our work, we don't
Yeah.
fed. Breastfed is completely, I think, absolute.
I think again you're I think we lost the signal. Hmm. Hello?
Hi. Yeah. Hi,
Yeah, yeah.
Judge.
Yeah, hi, hi. Now it is fine. I know everybody is dependent upon network these days. Okay, so we were on the diet regarding the anemia.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
like the people are, girls are not feeding their child breastfeed
Mm,
is
mm.
because the breast milk is contains iron, sufficient iron.
Okay.
And if we will shift to the top feed like any cow milk, so don't give cow milk to a baby before 1 year because
Okay.
if those, yeah, because iron is essential. And then if you really want to give some other feed, so obviously it should be iron containing things so that the
Okay.
baby should not be deficient of iron. So
And
these
what,
are the things.
also tell me about the young age kids, like 7 to
uh,
10,
hmm.
because they are
So
too much
in
into
those,
junk these days.
yeah, young population like
Mm.
this, you have to give the proper iron containing food. And at the same time, I would suggest give meat, red meat, which contains
Okay.
iron in sufficient amount so that at least 3 days in a week you should give this diet. Bit of small, cook in the spinach, like there is some South Indian dish where you can cook it and give it to the kids because those people are developing, these kids are developing and they
Correct.
require good amount of
Iron
iron.
content.
So,
Is
and
there
at
any
the
other
same time, if the
alternative?
child is teen, like if
Yeah.
she has already started your
Let's
menstruation,
see.
it's
Correct.
mother's responsibility to look for their amount of bleeding. If they
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
bleeding, yeah, you should concern you should consult your doctor, go
Okay.
and do the proper test, whatever they are suggesting, give the proper iron containing food and
Okay.
go for
Okay.
that. So it's
Okay.
very important for the teenager, otherwise it might develop some complications. So you should avoid those things.
Okay. Okay. And what about the other supplements? Is it important to give the supplements to the kids? Like I have one daughter which is 5 years and the other one is 10. So I am only giving them a proper diet. Do I also look for or alternatives like supplements to them or no?
So if you so you go for some investigation, which is called just CBC, which is called complete blood count, and ferritin to see the
Okay.
storage thing. Ferritin would be good indicators to see whether your child, your both kids have the sufficient
Okay.
iron
Okay.
or not. And of course, at this
Okay.
age, I think you should give something good. Look for those in fruits, which is some vegetables, which has good amount of iron, like
Understood.
banana, amongst fruit, banana, apple. So those things people should go for that. Yes, top things. You can also supplement these things because those are very
Okay.
essential. And I would
This is.
also remind not only iron, people should do
Mhm.
because ये myth है कि सिर्फ iron दे दो, iron नहीं, a cell to form a cell it require iron, folic acid and vitamin B12 as well. So
Okay.
you should one should give these all three things to build up the hemoglobin percentage. So in the here
Understood.
we are giving all these three to build up, and yes, people respond very good. So not
Okay.
only iron
Okay.
is sufficient.
Okay. 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 And one more thing I would like to ask you, like, there's one of the followers who's asking me this question. How is anemia diagnosed in my 8-year-old child? She is not eating much and she is very thin. So again, I think the 8-year-old should also go for a test, or
Yeah.
how will? Okay, so
Yeah,
that
yeah,
will be through a
definitely the
medical
same
test.
test I explained to you. Just go for the look for first. You look for your diet. Okay, if you are giving sufficient, do, and then also you are finding like some of the symptoms. You will see the face pale. Few people will say
Oh,
बहुत गोरा हो गया है और बहुत
हाँ,
पीलिया
हाँ,
हो गया है,
correct.
इस तरह से.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is the concept. So look for your child. Is she feeling lethargic? Is she feeling fatigue? If you really think yes, go for some test. This is just a simple test, CBC and ferritin. You will, your
Okay,
doctor just show it to them that yes, this is the things, and give the supplements. Don't
okay,
worry, it will be cured. This is not, as I
okay.
have explained, this is not a disease. This is just a condition that you should
Well,
know where to prevent it, how to
and there is a
prevent it
cure.
to develop some disease. Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing, doctor, you said about thalassemia, it's a genetic defect, right? If the mother is not able to know, like a 6 months old child is crying, cranky, and still we don't know the reason behind it, what other symptoms can be just to check whether it is genetically, is it a thalassemia or not? How will we take it to the doctor?
So just take it that these are the problem. Child is feel not eating, not behaving normally,
Okay.
very irritable, or having repeated infection, or
So these are the
he's
general
not playing.
symptoms.
Yeah, yeah, and go just for
Okay.
CBC and hemoglobin electrophoresis. Once again, there is hemoglobin electrophoresis. In I will also remind that if someone's child is having low hemoglobin, don't just transfuse blood, just go for hemoglobin electrophoresis, because once
Okay.
you will transfuse blood, then obviously it
Every.
this thing will not be detected. So it's very
Okay.
important to go for this test.
Okay. Okay.
And even the red cell in CBC also, your red cell indices means there are something like MCV, MCH, MCH. You all will notice those things are indicator of going for this special test. Even there are
Okay.
few who comes in our OPD. They are elderly. Obviously, they we later they say they yes, am I thalassemia or thalassemic trait? Yeah, you
Okay.
go.
After so many years, also it can be detected.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. Because as I said, this is not,
Okay.
it's a condition. So
Okay.
you are carrying that gene. That doesn't matter to you. If your
So
partner
age
is
doesn't
not,
matter.
if,
Okay.
so why it is important that if you have looked into that, your partner's hemoglobin electrophoresis, if he is normal, absolutely normal, he is not any trait, does not have any genetic this gene. So of course your child will not have problem like the he or she 25%
Okay.
chance that he or she might carry that gene, but
Okay.
they not have disease like thalassemia major, where you have to be really worry about that. So those
Okay.
things will not. So this is go for this test and this, and we are here to support you. No worry.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you would like to give us an information on this?
Yeah, I would request all the moms and that just watch your child, and if you have certain problem, come to us. We are here. As I said, we have the whole wing to treat you or you to make you understand what exactly it is and how we are going to
Can be
cure
cured
this. How curative. I am talking about the curative, not only diagnosis. So starting from diagnosing, will
till the,
cure this problem. You
and
have to understand.
90% of the things is all successful till now, which is a big
Yes.
number and a
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good news.
So just watch your child. That's all. It's a very mother is the best person in a family. They
Correct.
can judge, they, especially for the children.
Correct.
So this is the mother's responsibility. I can tell for the teen girls also. I would request
Yeah.
they should be aware about the what is happening to their own body. So
Yeah.
just think about whether am I taking sufficient diet or am I losing enough. So what could be the cause of this? So this is very important.
One thing I would like to ask you, you told me about red meat, that's very rich in iron. But what if it's like my daughter, elder one is, she's 10 plus and she's vegetarian. So apart from this green leafy, what should I supposed to give her? I mean, should I start making her eat egg because she can be an vegetarian?
Yeah, yeah,
If
egg
I'll ask her.
also. Egg. Uh, it's a good thing. So vegetarian has something like there is nothing more like beetroot you can eat.
Okay,
So those things are there, but spinach, which has
okay,
iron, eggs, apple, and this. But of course,
okay.
if you make it, if they are vegetarian, I can't ask them to change.
Okay, yeah, I know. That's by choice now. I can't force also. So now she's in that age mode that you can't force her because I myself is a vegetarian, so I can't convince her to be become a non-vegetarian. So it's her
Yeah,
choice
just
now.
do the test, look for these things. If really, then we
Huh.
have sufficient amount. These tablets are there, iron tablets.
Okay,
They can go for this,
okay.
that iron tablet, folic acid, and vitamin B12. These three
For the
combos are
kids.
there, so they can be helpful in the treating these things. If really having anemia, so just go for that things.
Okay, okay. That's what I wanted to talk, सब यही बोलते एनिमिक है पतली है तो एनिमिक है. So the point you said खाने के बाद भी वो absorb नहीं होता, so that's a big, thing which you should get checked, during the right time. And as you said, moms can only do that because they closely monitor their child and they know about their health. So it's, you have actually given us a very broader perspective about anemia because me myself knew about anemia, not about this genetic disorder which you said. वो कुंडली वाला अब वो समझ आया why it is linked. So that's
Yeah.
the thing you have given. That's amazing information. I hope everybody is listening to us. And thank you, doctor, so much. And I hope people will listen to our session and they'll surely gonna see people around them. If they are anemic, they'll send it to Narayana Hospital because you guys are the best as 90% cases are successful from there. So I would request everybody to check Narayana Hospital. And thank you so much, Dr. Sarita, for giving your precious time and coming live and sharing this information with us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, everyone. So we are here to help you. As I said, this is not a disease. Thus, you have to understand your own body and your own
Right.
diet. What's this?
So if
Thank you.
anybody has questions, they can send us in the comment section. We'll surely gonna answer them.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.